Hi friends, it's Lisa Hetrick from Indigo Jade Art, and I'm so grateful you could join me today. I am back with another fun color mixing video that I want to share with you today, and I'm using Paynes Gray and Hansa Yellow Light. I'm also using my favorite watercolor paper for swatching, the B Paper Company watercolor paper. It is awesome and I just love it for swatching and for my paper crafting projects. But today I'm using it for color mixing. Okay, so I'm going to take the Hansa Yellow Light, which is pigment PY3. So this is a single pigment color, and I'm using the Hansa Yellow Light from Daniel Smith. And I'm also going to be using the Paynes Gray from Qor Watercolors. And Paynes Gray is a mix of 3 pigments. So you can see that right here to make this color. But I do love this version in the Qor Watercolors. So I am mixing brands here. And guess what? They work beautifully together. So it's super fun. So I'm going to go ahead and just get a little bit of water on my water brush, and I'm using a silver black velvet number 10, which is one of my favorites. The silver brand is one of my favorites. And they're very, very popular. I like them because the brush stays nice and juicy. And I'm just getting some water into these 2 colors so that I can just swatch them both out at full strength. So here's the Hansa Yellow Light at full strength, and I'm just gonna, I've got a little bit too much water here, so I'm gonna add a little bit more to it just to so that you can see what that looks like. And then I'm going to add the Paynes Gray at full strength over next to it. So I love using Paynes Gray in the center of my florals, and in my classes you'll see me use that a lot. But today I'm going to use it here to mix up some really great washy floral greens. So I've got 2 puddles of yellow here, and I've taken a little bit of the Paynes Gray and mixed it in with the Hansa Yellow Light, and you can see that I have this really pretty green shade that's kind of like very botanical kind of green. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch this down, and I've got it down here watered down a little bit so it's not at full strength. So the one next to it, I'm just going to add less water, more Paynes Gray to the Hansa Yellow Light, just so I can darken up that swatch a bit. And I'll do it again over here next to it so that you can take a peek at what that looks like. Now, I really love this green shade. It's just great for flowy florals. So I'm going to play with it some more here. I've taken a little bit more of the Hansa Yellow Light into a puddle of Paynes Gray, and I'm going to just paint out some leaf-like images. So this color right here, this watered down version of the 2 mixes that I've got here, is giving me a little bit of a light yellow green that I'm kind of digging. So I want to play with it a little bit more. And that's the beautiful thing about your watercolors. Play with them, mix them up. Right here, I've got a big puddle of color going here at full strength, not a ton of water here, but you can see that this color is just really coming up very, very beautifully. And it's just going to, oh gosh, look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. So this is the exact thing that I do when I'm painting my flowy florals. I just kind of play around on my palette with 2 colors, mix them up, see what I can get. And I really like using these 2 colors quite a bit to create leaves and foliage, and for the florals to be companion pieces to the florals. So you can see that once I just took that big puddle there and I watered it down just a little bit, I'm able to get some more variations of the tone of that color. So Hansa Yellow Light, Paynes Gray, they just make such a lovely, they play so well together. And I'm just playing with what paint I have on my brush here and using the brush to create these little petals. And I'm loving using these 2 colors together. And just, oh, this is how I use Paynes Gray quite a bit. I will drop it into the center of my florals just to get a little bit of depth to that center. Now look at these greens. It almost kind of got a little opaque, that one version there, because I didn't add a lot of water. But then look at that steely blue, like green color that was created there. There's so many different things that you can do with these two colors and different variations that you can create for your painting composition. I just love, love, love being able to mix up colors to create new things. Um, and these greens are just beautiful. So these are kind of like my go-tos to create some really fun greens. So again, I'm using Qor Watercolors Paynes Gray and Hansa Yellow Light. So I hope you enjoyed today's color mixing tutorial. Thanks so much for joining me. Please consider sharing the joy by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.